which is on page Lamed Aleph. Let's look down at the bottom of the Shefa Kavonas. Really, it's on the last little piece, I think. But let's read it anyway. It's a disclaimer. Says V'az Gam Kem Niknasa B'Zer Anpin Arba Mochin Kulin Begadlus Kanoida. He's talking about the sequence of we'll read what he says. Hine Bedrash Zecha Bevur Shebekol Yemei Sfiras Omer Omer Ezer Anpin Bedregas Mochin Dekatnus. So that's what this drush is saying. Besa Mochin Degadlus Mekabel Rak B'Shvuos Od Mevur Kan, and it says further here. That's all that happens here. Now we know that there's a pattern. Something happens on Shavuos. So his the low this is not like anything else. This is not the opinion of what we see as we go forward. So during Sefirah, also Mochin the Godless are mispashit into Zer Anpin. Also Chasadim come in. It's not just everything waiting till Shavuos. Because the Durim has expanded over there, Nekto, Kamahalach, Shabashar, Hadroshim, so really, everything really goes about all the way all the rest of the Droshims go, the local Droshims there. So it's a disclaimer, but we have the Droshim in front of us, and so therefore we'll learn it. So we'll go to the typical Vanos on number Yud Aleph, and it says, V'hine b'Shavua Rishon, in the first Shavua, Mispeshet is v'yored is min hadas gevura achas v'nekneset b'chesed Zer Anpin. Okay, this is what he says here. Now, until what time do we have today?
6:05.
And are we coming up to a time we'll be able to get a back end coming in here pretty soon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll let me know. Is it okay if I make a recording of the sifra that's niyut and send it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Ata Baldavir Bepratus. Now we're going to display the details, he says. Say that his pashas of Misha Gavurs Bezer Anpin B'Mechat Sefira B'Zer Sidron. B'Shvua Rishon. So he says, talk about Gavuros only. So he says, B'Shvua Rishon Yeredis Midadas Ha Gavura Rishona. V'nikneses mispashetet b'chesed dezer anpin. V'shvura sheni yeredis gevura achas minadas. So one gevura comes out then. V'nikneses b'gevura dezer anpin. It goes in the gevura dezer anpin. Again, he said v'shvura sheni yeredis gevura shnia b'mekom b'chosh b'das. V'nikneses and mispashetet b'gevura dezer anpin. V'chein al derek zeh, so there also in the same way. Where you see the fifth gevura comes in there into the hod zer anpin. So this is the same way that goes the rest of the weeks. Because Shavua mispashetis gevura achas b'sefira achas ad hashavua hachamishis mispashetis gevura hachamishis b'hod zer anpin. V'shvua hashishi, now in the 6th week, miskabesos klalos achamisha gevuras v'niknasis b'yisod. So the b'shvua hashishi niknasis b'chinas klalos achamisha gevuras v'nispashetis b'yisod Zer Anpin. So it happens to be that I'm learning again what is it? The Otros Chaim. And over there he talks about the kolos, or the klalos. So along with the sphere itself comes a Coca-Cola with it, which gathers it. I'm not sure I understand how it works, but he says that's what it is. And he says that it gathers itself ultimately into Yisod. And there's another set of klalos that are going to come out of there, going to go into Malchus. Here he talks about it here. So that's the same idea. Shall klalos agavuro. So the second klal or kolel enters in there. Shehi. So let me get this lined up here 1 second. shehi klalos klalalusam. V'mispashetes v'malchus is their anpin, and it spreads into all the way into the malchus is their anpin. B'sfiras malchus hapratis shalo. Shehi ataras yisod. Now he identifies the Yisera Tosod as its malchus v'ein akavana kan the parts of Hanok. Now we're really not trying to talk about that. Shehi bebechinis malchus the klalos atzilus, because she is the malchus of the whole atzilus. Okay, now exactly where we're at here, I don't know. Al derek zer haniskar be'idin his pashas chamisha chasadim. So the same way we're saying what happens in the chamisha chasadim. Pashat is boyer kan shel milvad chameshes agavuras atman and his pashtim b'sfiras chesed gevura teferes and netzach and hod is their atman. Yishin od shnei bechinos which are klalos the gevuros. Behem is pashetas b'yiso the malchus. So there's klalos and klalos the klalos. Who al derek shemavur lukamon b'gabe his pashtus chasadim. So I'm bringing that up, just saying with the comment that makes. I'm not sure that I understand. I mean, the fact that he says that it accompanies these klalos are also accompanying the sefiros. Not sure I really understand what the difference is or why we need a difference here, but we do. So the afsha yeshnam rak hamisha chasadim, even though we see that it's only 5 chasadim, it's a mekol makom hem sheva bechinas. There are 7 different parts. V'she yeshnam shnei bechinas klalos shel chasadim. So this is a concept. V'al derek zecha bechu gam ken begevuros. The commotion is boyer. We'll go into it more. So now he wants to talk about gevuros. So he said v'amnam. Yos calls Shavua Kolulu B'Sheva Yom, since there are 7 days. Ata Bal Yashiv B'Tam Meshach his pasha shall call Gavur Na'aza B'Sheva Yomim. The pasha takes 7 days. Madura Lo Sagi Shatam Shech call Gavur B'Yom Echad. Why shouldn't it be just one? Now let me see what I got. We're in a section. I didn't read the topic, but let's go on. He says, so the reason why this is like this. Because every one of their aspects, each bechina has 7. Hatam the who's what? Shachol gevura ba'atzmo, nechlechas the shiva bechinas pratius, which are chagat nehem. Kagon, for example, hagavura rishona, the first gevura, amis peshetis, abisfiris achesed is their anpin. V'hagavura chazos nikros chesed. That's called chesed. Al shem shemis b'shetes b'sfiras chesed. Nechlechel the sheva bechinos. Chesed shebechesed, gavura shebechesed, tefer shebechesed, netzer shebechesed, hod shebechesed, yisod shebechesed, malchus shebechesed, v'chein al derek zeh, b'kol the sheva bechinos in all the 7 different aspects. Gavuros of gavuros. Behind the chamisha gavur v'shnei bechinas haklalos and this karam that makes 7. Shekol achas bechem nechlecha the sheva bechinos. So each one of them then is going to be divided into 7 different aspects. But the fizech gemavur madura mashach hachispashto shall call gavur naaseh sheva yomim. Why does it take 7 days? As Shekain B'Kol Yom Mispeshetis Rak Bechina Pratis Achas, there's only one specific Bechina that is really extends at that time. Baraka Gevura Hanekneses Ba'osa Shavua, and only the Gevura which is going in that Shavua. So we go over here and he says, Ha Ketzad, so how does this work? Shavua Rishon Nekneses HaGevura Rishon V'Chesed is their anpen. V'Sfiras HaChesed Atzma, when we talk about the Chesed itself, Yesh Sheva Bechinas Atzman, that it has 7 different Bechinas. Shehem Bechesed, Shebechesed, Gevura Shebechesed, Malchus Shebechesed. Bevura Ketzad Na'atzes is Pashlet B'Shvura Rishona, or Rishon. He said, V'nakdim Shechat Sfiros Dezer Anpen Atzman. He says, Nechlakas Af He Kol Achas, the Sheva Sfiros Pratios, so each one is divided into 7 different parts. Once again, which are chagat 9 and a hymn. Chesed the chesed, gevura the chesed, etc. Now, when you come to the first week, Mispashetis HaGevurah HaRishona B'Sfiras HaChesed Zer Anpin. That's when the first Gevurah comes in, Ba'ofen Zeh. So he's going to go through it, and we're going to hear how it goes, and remembering here that the Tiv is telling us that this is really not the accepted view, but we're listening to it anyway. So he says, he said, B'yom HaRishon, Mispasheftis B'chinas Chesed the Gevurah HaRishona, B'Sfiras HaChesed the Chesed Zer Anpin. B'yom HaSheni Mispashetis B'china Gevurah the Gevurah HaRishona, B'Sfiras HaGevurah the Chesed Zer Anpin. B'yom HaShlishi Mispashetis B'chinas Teferes the Gevurah the Rishona, B'Sfiras HaTeferes the Chesed Zer Anpin. V'chein hola, and it goes like this. Al derek zeh, ad shebiyom hashvihi shel hashvura rishon, mispashetis b'chinas malchus the gevurah rishona, so that you finally get the malchus on the seventh day, b'sfiras malchus the chesed zer anpin. V'arei ich heim sheva b'chinas b'chesed keneged sheva yomen sheb'shvua rishon rishon. Bezechem mevurah b'mado v'nitzrach sheva yomen, his pashtus on gevuras. Why do we need 7 days for the gevuras be mispashetis? So he says a gevurah rishona b'sfiras hachesed zer anpin keneged sheva b'chinas apratius sheyesh b'chesed zer anpin. So number Kaf Aleph. Let me see exactly where we're at here. What Kaf Aleph is v'chein al derek zecher b'shar sheva shavuos, goes the same way in all the rest of the 7 weeks. Al derek zecher na'asis his pashtus ha'gevuras because sheva shavuos. Shekol gevura nechlechus l'sheva b'chinas pratis, because every shavua is divided into 7 parts. V'b'kol yom b'mecha shavua nekneses b'china achas pratis shel ha'gevuros. Shel ha'gevurim. V'sfira pratis achas shel ha'sfira sheba mispashetis ha'gevura ba'os ha'shavua. Now, let me go back up on the top here a little bit as we get through that, and I want to read the blurb that he brings us. So he says, Yizboyer atam shal al yedei sfiras ha'omer. So now we'll explain the reason why through sfiras ha'omer, nimshach or hamakif lahamtik ha'gevuros, the or pnimi. So now we're working on the fact that only gevuros are coming in. So gevuros are all dinim, it would be heavy dinim. The B'klal Yizboyer lamet sarek lisbor daika b'peh. Why does it have to come out specifically from the mouth? So I'm going to read across the top here, starting with Kaf Bet, where it says V'amnam, and then I'll come back and look at the light print. So he said V'amnam hiyos tzarech ha'adam lisvor sfiras ha'omer b'piv. He has to say it. We have to say it out loud. So what's pshat here? So he said V'chatamhu, the reason for this. Ki al yedecha b'hios ha'adam sofer b'piv u'motzia hevel b'soch piv l'chutz. So as it comes out, he says gorem sheyotza hevel or hamakiv. So it causes what? That will come out also the hevel of the or hamakiv b'pi ha'adam, also because once it comes out of the mouth, I think we see that other places, it becomes a makif. So hamakiv ha'adam ha'elyon shehu zer anpen. Makif calls sheva tachtona shabo, and it becomes a makif of the zat that we're dealing with. Sheva shavuos shel sfiras ha'omer. V'al yedei kach mismatkois ha'gevuros the katna. So the makif, as it comes out through the vapor, the breath, it has the ability to be able to sweeten the gevuros, which are going now into zer anpin. Mispashetis besod zer anpin besod or penimika nizkar, because it's now inside of zer anpin and it's tough stuff. Gehem dinim kashim gemurim, because they're completely and totally difficult gevuros. Now let's go back here a little bit and let's pick up the tiv akavanos. I need to get just a little drink here. Just a second. Okay, so. Let's see, where's number Kaf Bet? That's where we're at. Light print. He says, Ada bal the Bayer Chatam, Ma'ducha b'mitzvah sefiras ha'omer dafka, al yedei dibur ha'adam, through the man's words. So he says, what shot here? He says, bepiv, has to come out of his mouth. Light print down below on 23. He says, "Chatam ku al pi hanoida." It goes according to what we already know. Sheyeshnam shnei bechinas oros hanimshach nezer anpin. Oros penibim mispashta b'socha kelim. Oros makifim shehem oros yoser gedolim. So these are bigger lights. He says, "Humachbas godol oram." This is the rule with makifim. He after the chem lehitztam same b'socha kelim. ולכן נשאר רבי לעמד בחוץ לכלים בבחינת אורס מקיפי. And before Rabbi, which was Rab saying here, mitzvah sefira ha'omer na'asis b'dibur peh, which is made out of the words that come out of the mouth, mamshicha as ha'oros, it causes lights to come out, which are the lights called the makifim. So these lights are big lights. She'al yedei Sofer ha'adam sefira b'piv, brings it out of his mouth, and motzach hevel b'piv l'chutz. He said, "V'gorem gam l'mala sheyatza b'chinas hevel l'mala b'pich hazer anpen, v'zera b'hevel ku b'chinas oros and b'kifim hanimshach and hazer anpen, which are then streamed to zer anpen. V'u al pi mashim b'vur l'kamam ready into moshach of dibur hu b'sod or makif yu'un sham b'harchova." We have a little bit more time, I don't know what. Okay, I just lost my time. There we go. So for 1 minute. So he said, light print here, he says, makif as sheva spheres atachtonas zeranpen. So going over on the other side, he says, and we continue on, makif, what happens with the or makif? It is mamtik as or penimi. It sweetens the or penimi shal gevur shedis pashta besoch zer anpen. Shechein hagevuros hem dinim mikoshim machmash hem mochen dekatnus keniz, because they are mochen dekatnus. V'ha oros v'makivim mamtikim osam. That's it today.